Hello, I'm Dan, creator of Get Out of Line. I come to talk to you today about a subject that all of us should be aware of, and I think most of us are, especially this day and time, and that's home security. And I'm going to talk to you because this is kind of a personal issue with me, and especially the fact that, I know people in my family who've been touched by this. And so, you know, here's what I want to tell you up front. There's a thing going around the country, as far as I know, that's called online gun permit issue. Well, that's all fine and good. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of that or anything about it, and I'm not going to put it down. What I'm going to say is you would be better served if you sit in a brick and mortar classroom and get the lessons up front about what you need to know and about how you need to, uh, understand the law in your particular state and what's going on. Now, I'm not going to suggest you need to go get a gun. That's up to you. I am not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to get any kind of a weapon. What I'm telling you is you need to act accordingly to what you think that you need to do. I am suggesting that you get this class so that you're better informed of how you can defend yourself and your family. You need to think about something, especially if you have kids. And if you have kids in the home, it's more than just you. It's well more than just you. Now you have your children. You know, I can speak from experience. When someone's trying to break in and you got your wife and your kids there, believe me, I know what I'm talking about. And fortunately, whatever was scared them off, because I was waiting to do business, and business was exactly what I was going to do, right, wrong, or indifferent, because my family was in that house. But some of you can identify, and some of you, unfortunately, have sadly been there and had to do just that. It's not a pleasant idea. If you have a point of egress and it's where that you can, that's great. But here's the other problem. You have to get everybody up first, and you have to get them all at that point of egress. Not everybody's going to be awake. And most of the time, these thugs that do this do it in the wee hours of the morning when no one's awake, or they do it in a force strong enough that they're not concerned about the fact that you're awake in your house. A lot of them know that you're not sitting there strapped like Matt Dillon or John Wayne, just waiting. You know, Yep, you're sitting in your chair with your shotgun, watching, Dukes of Hazzard or whatever it is, and spitting in a spit tune, and you got things covered. And I'm sorry, it just doesn't work that way. Now, I do want to say this. Having said all that, I do want to say this, and you need to really think about this, okay? If you do have a firearm in the house, you need a gun safe. Now, it doesn't have to be a great big 600-pound safe, you know. It can be, if it's a handgun, it can be a small safe. They make these safes where your fingerprint is the only fingerprint that will open that safe. Um, and personally, that's the kind I would have, because if you're woke up in the middle of the night and you're trying to get the sleep out of your eyes, and trying to get your eyes uncrossed from where you've been asleep, and you're trying to do this combination, let me tell you something. You're never going to get that combination in fast enough. I can attest to the fact 3 kicks on the door and it's open. Okay, sometimes less. It depends on how big the individual is that's kicking on the door, and how just how much intent they have on doing what they're doing. Now, If for whatever reason that you have, some kind of issue with the police might be kicking on your door, then I would strongly suggest that you leave the firearm where it is. Don't touch it. Just say, I give up and get it over with. Because you're going to know if it's them or not. But all that aside, I'm just saying, don't make it a bad day, for you and everybody in the house. Just go on, give up, and be done with it, and move on down the line, and do like Tomater said, to not to. Okay, so, but get a safe, put it in, unless you have it where you and only you can get to it during the night. And be certain that your children cannot get to it, they cannot see it, and they don't know where it is. Don't be talking about it. Don't be bragging about it. Don't be telling your friends. Don't be telling your kids or anybody else, oh, I got this or I got that, and blah, blah, blah. That's not necessary. Children are funny. If you take a cookie jar and you put the cookie jar up high to keep it from the children, they're going to build their own little ladder to get there, believe me. And they will get to that cookie jar. So it's just like the cookie jar. There is mystery involved in this, and they've seen the shows and they've played the video games and this and that. And you know what? Nothing could be further from the truth, because it's a deadly, deadly, deadly thing. And that bullet or that projectile, it doesn't have anyone's name on it. What it has on it is to whom it may concern. And, it's not really written on it, but you know what I mean. So keep that as absolutely safe as you possibly can when you don't have to carry it, or you don't need it, or you don't have it where you can get to it in the event of an emergency. Keep it unloaded. Keep the ammunition and the gun separate. Okay, do that. That'll prevent, a lot of unneeded and unnecessary misfortunes. Okay, kids are funny. They see it on the TV. So and so. Well, he was in a movie last month, and got shot up, and he's okay. And we see all that all the time. And so and so gets all shot to pieces, and he's still breathing. He's okay. Doesn't happen like that, folks. It doesn't happen like that at all, and children don't understand that. So we're dealing with you and me. We're up here, and the children are down here as far as logic and understanding go. And it is incumbent upon us to see to it that the children are safe. Now, I've spent a lot of time on that issue, and I cannot stress that more. So please make sure the children are safe. Now, as far as you're concerned, there's some things that you need to understand. Leave a light on inside the house. It doesn't have to be a really big light or a bright light. There's a light up underneath, your vent hood over your stove, or there's, you got little tree lights that you can put in your house. And when I say tree lights, that's okay. I dated myself. That goes way back to the Stone Age. They might not even make those anymore. I don't know. Maybe they went out with the old dinosaurs, and I'm getting close. Okay, that's a scary thought. But they make lamps. That are pretty tall, and you can put a light bulb in there, like a 40-watt, 45-watt, something that's not really overly obtrusive as far as brightness goes, and do that. That way, you have some light inside the house. Because here's the problem. Just like I said a moment ago, you're trying to get that sleep out of your eyes. This intruder could very easily be one of your teenagers sneaking back in the house. Think about that. You need to sit down and have a long talk about that. Okay? Because that's not funny. Don't be going in and out the windows, kids. Don't do it. And don't be slipping out. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Wait till tomorrow to go play with your friends or see your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever. Don't be slipping through the windows because you don't know what your parents know. Okay. And you don't deal with the things that are going on in the world. Your minds just aren't with it. And I'm not taking anything from you. I'm just saying you're not thinking about what you'll be thinking about a few years from now. And a few years from now, you'll understand what your parents were saying. It always works out that way. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I wish, mom and dad was here and boy, I could talk to them again and say, you know what, I need to tell you, I appreciate the things you did. That availability is not there anymore. So, unfortunately. So we can't go back and try to pick up what we missed. So that's why I'm telling you now. Sit down, be honest with your parents and tell them, look, that was me. Sorry about that. And don't do it anymore. Because, when your parents are there at home with you, you're their absolute most important part of their life. And they're going to do what they got to do to protect you. And if you're doing some things that are kind of shady, I'm going to ask you to stop. Okay? Because as a firefighter, we've seen too many times that someone really young didn't have to go, but they're gone. Okay? And it's not funny. And you already know, if you're a teenager, you've known some of your friends that unfortunately had to go, and whether it was by their own hand or someone else's hand or just something stupid they were doing, one of those, hey, Bubba, watch this moments, right? Yeah. We're not that far removed from you. We were your age once, we really were. And we did a lot of silly stuff. Trust me, I know. Lord have mercy. I don't know how I'm still alive. But some of the stuff I did, boy. But anyway, folks, think about this. That security is a big thing. And there's a whole topic of things that we can talk about, about home security. But get that education, especially this day and time. Yes, it's going to cost you. Yes, it's going to take 8 hours of your day. But you know what? It's that 8 hours of your day that probably will be the best 8 hours that you've ever spent, especially in today's time. Home intrusions, home invasions, whatever you want to call it, burglaries, it might help you be more aware of your surroundings, whether you're going out of your home or coming into your home, or whether you're just out on the public, out in the mall or in the grocery store or traveling down the road. It might help you to be more aware of what's happening and make you less likely to be that victim. And that's really, really serious business today. We see it too much in the news, don't we? In fact, I'll be honest with you, I've quit watching the news. It's just kind of like, okay. But, if you're living in a city, you're going to see a whole lot more of that than I will in my little country setting. And I think that's one of the things I really love about the country is I don't have to deal with that as much. Okay. Yeah. Is it here? Sure it is. Yeah. But not like it is there. We might hear about it once in a blue moon, but do that, get that education, get that training, get that experience. There are schools out there that are more advanced. I implore you to check into those. I'm not promoting any one school, but I think it's very important that you pay attention to that and learn hand to hand, learn close quarter combat, learn what you're going to do, not what you're going to do. It's not a matter of what are you going to do. It's an absolute matter of what are you prepared to do because your family is there. And I'm going to tell you something else too. And now, while I'm not in the business of promoting any one particular company, there is a company out there I'm going to mention, and I'm a member of this company. And I'm going to tell you something, you owe it to yourself to check them out. And I'll tell you, you know what? It's just, it is so good to know that they're there and they've got my back regardless. And that is USCCA. That's United States Concealed Carry Association. Outstanding bunch of people. Check them out and, make your own decisions. Read their webpage fully and completely. Watch the videos that they have, and you'll be better understood of what I'm talking about. And do yourself a favor. Get to those classes. Get to those classes. Those classes are there for you. And make sure that you have a more clear understanding about your local laws, state laws, federal laws. Make sure you understand what's up, because I'm going to tell you something. The criminal element, they already know. If they've been in prison, they have access to a legal library. And that legal library, that's right, your tax dollars are paying for that legal library. And they're in there learning how to be better at what they do. So help yourself, avail yourself to the education that you can get and be a better you. Okay? I think maybe we've spent enough time on that one today, but just remember, all the options are up to you. I'm not recommending any option at all. That is solely on you, what you do. But I wish you the best. I hope and pray that you're safe, your children are safe, and that you have a wonderful life. I really do. So with that said, please hit like and subscribe. And I hope I've served you well. And I hope to come back and continue to be of service. And I hope that, to see you again. And I hope you keep coming back. I really do. And, more than that, have a wonderful day. It's beautiful out. I hope it's beautiful where you are. And I do hope that you have a wonderful day. Please hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I will answer you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.